Hey everyone, if you're constantly sending messages and emails just to update your clients, I'll show you how to build a client communication hub inside Notion that's making everyone align on what's happening. As a bonus, I'll even give you some ideas of automations you can do to make everything easy. So I'm going to show you how to set up the Notion page itself, then how to make it appealing with all of the visuals for the projects and the tasks, and then finally, I'm going to show you how to put some automations here and there that would make all the communication even more effortlessly with your clients. So let's start with how to set up the Notion page. So ideally, you would have your own page, so your own company page in Notion. Or if you don't want to use Notion, you can just have directly the client's hubs. But if you have it, you would have a client hub inside of your main page. And on these client hubs, it would be a database. So you'd create a database like this, database full page, and let me delete this, and you'd have to name it client hubs. And then inside of it, you would create new pages with the name of the company. So as you can see here, if you create a new page and you're creating this from scratch, the page obviously will be empty. So what you want to do is, as soon as you create the full thing that you usually would want to give to your clients once they're on board, you would click here on this new part here, create a new template. And on this new template, you can call it like, I don't know, do it like this, company name. And just for you to know that this is a placeholder. And then you would paste the content of that main page here. So if you do this page, you would select all of it, copy it, go to templates. This one here, you would click to edit. And this may take some time, actually not. And paste everything here. Of course, you would add it to be just placeholders, but this is how you can have a template version. And then if you click on the three dots again and put set as default for all views, what would happen is, if now we create a new page, as you can see, it populates already this way, and now it's loading all of those other things. So that's the first step, or technically you do this after, but you should know this from the beginning so that you don't redo everything every single time you have a new client. So that's one of the little automations that you can do inside of this. Now, how to build the page inside, so the main hub page. So this is the page that you would send to your client. And it's where they have all the resources like your contact information, billing, support, and then their assets. So if you need to use assets from your clients, you can have everything also here, and they can add stuff. So how do you do this? It's very simple. So if you haven't built many big or pages in Notion, you would, for example, this little block is a quote block. So let's go a bit down here. And what you would do is you would start with a quote and then say this page is for us to align on blah, 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 blah. You do whatever you want. And this would be this block. And then you'd do some little organizing of pages. So if you want to split this in two, you would add two columns. So two columns. And here you can do an heading tree. So you'd do like this, heading tree. And you'd call it resources. And then on the second one, same thing, heading tree, and you'd call it assets, right? Something like that. And then if you want, you can add some, if you click 3 times on the dash, you will add a line. If you don't want to do it, because these are all shortcuts that I'm using, you can click on the plus, look for dash or line, I think it's what they call. Let me click on the plus again. Line, yeah, divider. So you add a divider. And here you start doing pages. So you click on the plus and you look for page and you do it, or you just do /page, enter, and you would have a new page, and you do that for all the new pages that you want to introduce here. So at the end, you would get something like this. Then here is where you'd put all those informations. After, you can have these meeting notes. So if you want to share all the meeting notes with your clients, and you actually take notes and you add them here, and you can have automated notes, which I have a video on my YouTube channel on how to create automatic notes from your meeting so that you don't have to do any of these manually. So it's pretty cool. You can add things on top of each other. So if you grab all of my videos, you can do, and you can automate your whole business if you follow every single video. So Here is where you'd share with them the meeting notes, and you can add anything you want here. You can also do those templated things. So, not here, like here, sorry. Once you click here, or once you are on the meeting notes, you can have also new templates and add templates for whatever notes you want to do. And you can share, once you share the page with your client, they will be able to also see this. A cool thing is you can also see the calendar for meetings. So you can already prepare meeting notes or templated notes for future meetings, and they would have access to everything, and they can even put notes on them that they want to speak with you on the call. So that is very, very handy. So how do you do this? This is also a database. So it's a meetings database, basically. So you just look for database, and in this case, you want inline, because you want it to appear here and you don't want it to be a page like the client hubs page we did. And then you would call these meetings, for example, or meeting notes, and you'd add here some pages with the name of the notes like we have here. So where is it? Here is the main page. You can add more information. And to add the calendar is just a different view where you add calendar view. And then every note that has that specific date, it will appear there. So very, very simple. Then this is all shared. What I have here is a little drop down that they can book a call directly with you. So you can embed your own calendar. And if they want to book a new call or an extraordinary call from time to time, they just need to go here. They see your availability, they immediately do it. There's no need for back and forth on what availability, which availabilities exist for each of the sites. So this is a very, very handy feature. That is just a drop down, and they can book a call directly with you. Then, how do you do this first? So you would create first a drop down. So for a drop down, you either search for, I use always shortcuts, so I don't know the names for these things. What is it? Do they have it here? It's a toggle. Yeah, it's a toggle list. So you'd select toggle list, or you would do this little button and space, or this little thing icon and then a space. And you'd call here, so like book a call. And then you'd embed. So you'd search for an embed. Here it is. Not any of these, but a normal one. And you'd paste the calendar. So if you have Calendly, you'd do your Calendly link. If you have call, it would be call. If you have Google Calendar, you'd add whatever link you have for your calendar, for the specific calendar you want them to book. Maybe it's like weekly calls calendar. Once that is done, that is here on this dropdown. And if you want to make it a bit fancier, you can click here on the whole block and choose a specific color so that it would pop out like this one pops out here. That's how you can do it. Then the main part, the project. So here you can see that you can share with them projects. So the whole projects you are all working on. In this example is like research study, marketing campaign, and the website redesign. But then each project can have tasks inside of it, obviously. So there's a huge project of a website redesign, but then you can have tasks. So let's say we would add here, I don't know, map the flows. Very broad, but you would add this there, and let's see if it appears here because I copied this from something else. It's not. Okay. Well, you'd add it here because this page is in a different place, so it's not showing up here. But if you add a board, so you would add the new database in line with the board view, you would have here immediately the task, and then you can call these tasks, and then you would copy this view also to here, and this is a general one that shows all the tasks in your tasks folder. But these ones inside would be the tasks only for this project. And what you would do is you'd have to filter by, and then you would have a project, probably a project variable, and you'd filter. Let's say the project variable was the name, and then you'd say the name is, and then you'd say the project name. That would be this project name. And then here, it would be only the tasks for this specific project, and outside would be any task that you have. So for all the projects. And that's a way that you can have either for your client to see only projects, or for your client to see literally all the tasks. And if you have like some type of productized service, you could also let your clients add tasks here, and they would be able to just put things in the backlog that you can pick up later on. Also, what you can add is on this projects one, just like we added the calendar before, you can add the timeline. So if you have start dates and end dates on your projects, you can see a view of, so all of these are behind, but we can see this. So it's a view of when it's supposed to start, when it's supposed to end, and a bit of more information that you can choose what to show. So in this case, in progress and the title of the project. So as you can see, this is super beneficial to show to your clients and adds a lot of value to them. So they get a great value from your side, which is always good. It's always what we want, right? Give the most amount of value to our clients. Then at the end of these projects, you can also embed some Google Drive stuff. So let's say you have a Google Drive for the projects. You just also again click embed. And instead of choosing the embed one, you click on the Google Drive embed. And in that case, here you add the link for the Google Drive, or if you connect your account, you can select immediately here. You don't need to grab a link, and you just go folder by folder until you select the folder that you want. So that's how you can also keep here a little Google Drive folder for your clients. Now, this is a very basic way of how you can set up all of these. The third point that I wanted to show you is how to add some automations to this. So Notion has recently added this automation stuff, also a bunch of other things, but they have this automation. And you can just click here on new automations and add automations to this specific tasks table. So you could say, for example, that when the status of a task is, I don't know, in progress, let's say they're always not started, you are the task is in progress, you can have, okay, this is the trigger, and what does it actually do? You can send either notification inside Notion, and so the person gets a notification on their account, or what I would suggest you do, if you use Slack, is send Slack notification to a specific channel, but you wouldn't select actually this one. You'd want to, ideally, send a webhook and using make.com, and go check please my previous videos because I go in detail on how to do these automations with make.com. But using make.com, you add here a webhook. So it would be like hook.make.com / and then it will have a bunch of things. And this is what's going to let you, once this task is in progress, it sends an information to this URL inside Make. And then inside Make, what you can do is add a bunch of automation. So you can send messages on the Slack, you can send emails, you can add things in your CRM, in your project management task, if a board, if you have different boards that are outside of Notion. So the sky is the limit with Make. So if you start sending things with webhooks inside to Make, inside of it, you can create any automation that you want. So that's why I suggest you selecting send webhook instead of just sending a Slack notification. Also because the Slack notification, you select on the channel, but you cannot really select the type of message that gets sent to that channel. So if you use Make, you can select, you can do whatever style of messaging you want. But please, again, go check my previous videos because I have everything detailed on how you can build this. So that's it. If you join these webhook automations with those templated ones for the tasks, the projects, and especially the meetings also, and especially here, the client hub, so that you don't have to redo everything again, you are going to have such a more smoother process for you and for your clients, and it will bring a lot of value for them, and you will be very well seen, and you will be happy with the results also that you're providing them. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this useful, and if so, I hope you implement it on your own business. And if you want to see more tips like this, follow me on my social, subscribe to my channel, because I'm doing one video every day on how to improve and optimize business operations using AI, automation, and data. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.